Hey everyone, welcome back to the Wyoming Knits YouTube channel. My name is Jenny Lee and this is my channel where I like to talk about all the things that I've been knitting on over the past week. Today is Sunday, September 14th, 2025, and this is episode 106. You can find me on Instagram as Jenny Lee Knits, and you can find me on Ravelry as Jenny Lee S Knits. And today I'm coming to you from a sunny southwest Wyoming where I live with my husband, our daughter, and our little Yorkie Dax. Right now it is 65 degrees outside, Fahrenheit. Excuse me. And our high should be about 71. So it is cooling off here. The nights have been getting colder. The days haven't been as warm, and so we are into our fall weather already. I have I have 2 finished objects and 3 works in progress that I worked on this week. So let's get right into it with my finished objects. My first finished object I'm wearing the Mama cardigan by Pip and Pin. I'll slide the camera out just a little bit and show you. The sleeves are about 3/4 length. I decided to just follow the pattern and knit it. I don't think I made any modifications to the pattern at all. It goes down past the pockets on my jeans. It fits really nicely around, I think I made the second size, the second or the third size. It will be linked in the description box below my project page, and that will tell you which size I made. I used size 4, US size 4, and that is a US 4 3.5 millimeter needle for this one. I did all the recommended finishings. It said to use a stretchy bind off, so I did knit one through the back loop, where you take your stitch, you put it back on your needle, and you knit both of them through the back loop. Then you put it back on the needle and knit both of them through the back loop. I find that I can make that loose enough. So my other one I did a tubular bind off on, and this one I just did the stretchy bind off. This is a honeycomb brioche stitch, and then stockinette on the sleeves, half twisted rib for all of the ribbing. And here's what I found. No, thank you. I did do the same knit through the back loop on all of the finishings. I love it. It's going to be perfect to wear for the next couple of weeks at school and then this spring. And then the next thing I finished my sea glass cardigan. I am so excited. So we'll talk about, oh, I forgot to tell you, this is Mama Jess Knits in the shades of purple color that she did for her April mystery sock set. So I just ordered three skeins, not knowing what I was gonna get, and this was perfect. Okay, sea glass cardigan. I used Knit Picks Swish DK, and this is the color Moss. This is the DK weight. and I held one strand of the DK weight and two strands of fingering weight, and it is a 1x1 color work all the way throughout. Last time I was finishing the shawl collar, I did do the same finishing on this. I did the knit through the back loop on this one. It said use Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off, and that's almost the same thing, but you add a yarn over, I think, and I didn't really want to do that, so I did my stretchy bind off that I can do loose enough on the inside. I bought some fabric glue off Amazon, and it smelled like super glue, so I did a couple of stitches with this, and I was afraid I was gonna super glue my fingers and the fabric, and so I ordered some fray check off Amazon, and I just that one feels like runny glue, and so I just spread it with my finger, and then when I was done I went and washed my hands and it came off. But in the directions in the pattern it said you can whip stitch that down also, so after it dried and I finished everything, I did whip stitch the I-cord down. It's still, you can still feel the glue in there holding it together, but I'm hoping it will not come apart. I don't think the knots I tied were very secure, so I need to figure out a different knot to use. I would definitely make this again. It was fun to knit. It was it did take a while, but like every time I sat down to work on it, I'm like, this is a long-term project, it's gonna take a long time. But then after I got finished with that part of sitting down and knitting, I was like, wow, I did a lot. So I will show you what I did for the finishings on the inside. So I tied a knot, and then I used my crochet hook to just go around. I just up through one side, up through the other, down through one side, up through the other, and just wove in a few and then snipped it off. It was super easy. I just wove it through the on the color work, the float, so that was pretty easy. It's still just slightly damp. It's not all the way dry. I can still every once in a while feel, ooh, that's just a little wet. I did block it last night and I put it in my spin dryer to dry out as much moisture as I could before I laid it out flat. So let's try it on. I did the 4th size because I wanted it nice and cozy and oversized. You're supposed to fold the sleeves back. I feel like the sleeves grew a lot and are a little big through here. I think I could have tapered a little more. Yeah, I think I could have taken some more out because I did do the 4th size. It is oversized. Let's move you out. Sorry about that. And it goes about halfway down my thigh, covers everything. It's nice and cozy and warm. I think I'm gonna love it this winter. Okay, I'm gonna move you back. I do like the shawl collar. It might be the way I laid it out to dry, the way it's folding. I think once I wear it a few times, and then here is the I-cord. I snipped all my ends except for inside the, right here, I didn't snip those all the way. My armpit is right here, so there is quite a bit of ease. I did have to go up to a size 10 to get gauged before I blocked it. But let's see, let's move back just a little bit. There we go. I love it. It's too warm to wear today, but I think it's going to be probably my jacket for the next little while. Wear it out at recess duty, because it's still below 70 degrees by the time I go out for recess in the mornings. Yeah, I think the sleeves could have been a little bit shorter. I probably could have done the second size sleeve, but I didn't want to have to figure that out. So I do love the way it fits around the body. It's not too tight in my shoulders. I can move my arms. I think it's nice and cozy, and I'm going to get a lot of wear out of it. So I'll hang that back up and put my Mama cardigan back on. And we'll just hang this here for as long as it takes to record, and then I will take it down so it doesn't stretch too much. So let's talk some stash stats about these two finished objects. This still has quite a bit of positive ease in the arms. My armpit is right here. I do not like tight fitting things around my armpit. I love the way this fits. It fits so nice around my torso. Okay, so I have my notebook right here with my stats on this. This Mama cardigan took 277 grams. I made the third size, I think. I want to say the third size. I don't know why I want to say the third size. Let me grab my phone. Go to Ravelry. I have some finished object pictures I took outside today. Our trees are starting to turn. Oh, I made the second size in this one. So I made the second size, and it used 277 grams. And I made the fourth size in this one, and I weighed this, and I added in with that weight all of my scraps with it. This is all of the ends that I cut off as I was working on the finishing of this. So I weighed these together, and it was 845.5 5 grams. So between the two of these, I've already got over 1,000 grams out of my stash this month, and I've only brought in, I want to say, by the end of this month, if I don't order anything else, maybe 300 grams. I got my Mama Jess and my Yarnable this time, and no, I got my Yarnberry and my Yarnable, and that was 210 grams, or 220 grams, and then I got my Mama Jess, which is another 120 grams. So that's 340 grams if I don't order anything else, and I already have 1,000 out. So let's hope I stick with that, and let's talk about some works in progress. The first thing I have is in my Needle Crafts bag, and I'm using Blackbird Sycamore yarn in the color Caution, and I'm working on the Minecraft socks. Here's the beautiful orange, and this is what I have so far. It was right here last time, so I've added that much. I started out with a 64 stitch German twisted cast on 9-inch circular needles. I did 20 rounds of 2x2 ribbing for the cuff, and then I started in on the pattern. I have one more pattern repeat that I have started, one more pattern repeat before I put in the heel, and that will be 72 rounds. I usually do about 70 rounds, 60 to 70 rounds for the leg. I think these are going to be so stretchy because they are for a gift, and so I want to get these finished pretty soon. So hopefully, now that I have these done, I will have more time to work on some other things, because I really wanted to get this finished, and I was hoping to get this finished before school started, and we've already done 3 weeks with the kids. So this will be finished soon. It is the Minecraft socks by Heather Cox. I used this before on some yellow yarn that looked like a pineapple, and so I decided to try it again on this orange tonal. I do all of my socks on 9-inch circular needles. I use a size 0. I do the heel on the 9-inch, and then when I get to the toe decreases, I switch to magic loop. Then the next thing I worked on is in my Bags by Awesome Granny. And this is the daily pullover. I'm using Sinful yarn in the color Warlock on her tweed sparkle base. This is a fingering weight, 92% superwash merino, 8% polyester, and Angelina sparkle. In the color Warlock. Give me some yarn, and let's see, I was right here last time, so I've just added a little bit. I think this owl stitch marker I got was from one of my Labyrinth Advents a couple years ago. So I've got the sleeves on hold. I love how this sparkles, and it's got the tweed in there. So this is my round and round stockinette pick up and work on when I have 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and then I can just put my stitch stoppers back on. I think I got these from Yarnable. So that will slowly get some work. And then the next thing I worked on is in this Della Q LYS day bag. And I have the yarn. I'm using a Loft from Knit Picks. This is the Cosmopolitan color, and I'm using some Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby. This is the Unicorn Horn color. And when you put them together, oops, it makes, okay, all tangled. Let's see. This. So I had the back panel done last time. I had picked up the left side and I was working on that. I have put that on hold, and I picked up the right side, and I think I am on the increases for the neckline. I'm hoping to get this connected soon so I can start working. This reminds me kind of the Salty Days sweater, the Storm sweater, the Ingrid sweater. This one is written only. There's no charts that I've seen. I think I went through the whole pattern and I don't think there's any charts. It does not say see page for the chart, and so it's all written instructions. I do like a chart sometimes, but if you are not a chart reader, this one might be one to check out. I'm excited to get this part and this part on the front and get it joined in the round soon, I hope. Because these ones are just, you get going and you want to finish that section and start the next section, and then you start the next section and you're like, but I could keep going and get to the next section, and then the next thing you know, your sweater's almost done. So I'm excited to keep working on this, and I think that was all. I'm doing the second size in the Maude sweater. Let's see, let's get Ravelry back up here. I'm doing the third size in the Maude sweater and the third size in the daily pullover. I do have one yarn acquisition, so we will do Stash and Hatspin. I got my Mama Jess sock set for September. This is Hot Apple Cider. Beautiful red. I love it. I think this is going to be socks. So, just one acquisition this time. I did recently get my paycheck. I don't feel as broke anymore. September is hard for teachers. The end of August, September, if you are in a district like mine, we get our June check, our July check, and our August check the first part in June, like our last week of school. And it feels great at the beginning because you're loaded, you have all this money. And then by the end of August, you're like, can we get paid yet? Is it payday yet? Because I think I'm out of money. So I got my paycheck, and now I don't feel as broke. I'm still gonna try not to buy any extra yarn until I work through some of this. I need to go add this to the giant mini Mal by Pearls of Paradise on her Ravelry group. She's hosting a Scrappy mini knit along, crochet along, anything less than 50 grams. If you use it, you can put it in there. So I'm going to enter this into her make-along, and then I'm going to enter it into the Happy Crafty Homemaker Carrie's September Scrappy Make-along. She's doing Scrappy for September. I will link both of those pages on Ravelry, and I will link both of their YouTube channels in the description box. I try to link everything I can in the description box, the bags, my project pages, and on my project page is where you can find the yarn. If you have any questions, leave me a comment, and I usually respond to those pretty quickly. Unless I am at school, and then I respond after I get home. Yeah, if you made it this far, leave me a comment, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next week. Happy knitting!